Beginning of Agentic AI, new podcast series by Raja and Shax.
Rajashax weekly podcast.
Right, hosted by Raja Muslim and Shax Khan.
Exactly. And for you listening, yes, you are a resident learner. If you want a, comprehensive but totally jargon-free understanding of this massive tech shift.
Without getting totally overwhelmed by the information.
Yeah, without the overload, we have tailored this mission specifically for you today. Because our goal is to unpack what is absolutely going to go down as a landmark month in technology.
Oh, without a doubt. June 2026 is, it's really the moment AI officially stopped waiting.
Waiting for us to ask it to do things.
Yeah, and it just started taking action on its own. And the sources you provided, they chart this transition so beautifully, not just in software, but out in the physical world.
It's wild.
It really is a line drawn in the sand. We are fundamentally moving from a world where AI simply talks to a world where it actually does.
Does things, yeah.
Exactly. And the implications of that shift, I mean, they're embedded in literally every piece of research we're going to cover today.
I really love how you phrase that, because usually, when we talk about our devices, there is this underlying assumption of passivity.
Right.
Like you sit down at your keyboard, the cursor blinks, and it waits.
That's totally reliant on you.
Completely. You have to make the first move, you type a prompt, you push a button, and then it does a thing. But looking at these notes, it feels like that blinking cursor, that whole waiting game is just, it just went extinct.
It did.
Yeah.
It really did. But to understand where we're going with, physical robots later in this discussion, we first have to look at the architectural shift that just happened in the software ecosystem.
The stuff you interact with every single day.
Exactly. The brain of AI, it had to transition from reactive to proactive before it could ever hope to navigate like a physical space.
Okay, let's unpack this, because for a long time we've been living in this era of generative AI, right? Like, you ask a chatbot to write a poem, it writes a poem, and then it essentially just, it shuts off.
Yeah, it goes to sleep.
It goes to sleep. But what the rajashax notes detail is the rise of what they call agentic AI. And the analogy I keep coming back to is, it's like we've upgraded from a really smart encyclopedia that just sits on a shelf until you open it.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Right, to like a proactive executive assistant who actually sits in your meetings, reads the room, and just, starts doing the work before you even ask.
Yeah, autonomously executing tasks across totally different software environments without you needing to pull the trigger on every single step.
Which is crazy. And the notes mention Microsoft's new Scare agent as like the prime example of this. But break down the mechanics for me. How does a piece of software actually act autonomously across different apps without me clicking anything?
So think about your normal workflow, right? You open Outlook to check an email.
Yeah.
Then you switch to Teams to ping a colleague.
Right.
Then you open your calendar to find a slot. That whole process requires you to act as the bridge between isolated applications.
On the manual bridge.
Exactly. Scout basically replaces you as that bridge.
Wow.
It uses advanced parsing to essentially listen in on your live meeting context. It extracts the intent, say, a deliverable you promised.
Okay.
Then, entirely asynchronously, it queries the Microsoft Graph API, checks availability on your calendar, drafts the follow-up email with the relevant attachments.
It's on its own.
On its own. And then it queues up the next coordination meeting. It isn't just generating text in a vacuum anymore. It's executing a multi-platform workflow by actually talking to the APIs of different applications on your behalf.
That is just a massive leap in utility. But to pull that off, the AI has to genuinely understand how all my scattered data connects, right?
Absolutely.
Like, it can't just be an isolated chatbot, which I guess leads perfectly into what Apple is doing with their complete rebuild of Siri.
Yes.
Because they partnered with Google's Gemini to achieve this concept the notes call contextual continuity.
Right.
Now, I know what it does. Like, it reads your screen, it knows your location, but how does an AI actually bridge all these isolated Apple apps?
What's fascinating here is the engineering behind that phrase, contextual continuity. For decades, software apps have been these walled gardens.
Right. Your Maps app doesn't talk to your Notes app.
Exactly. So to create true digital intelligence, you need a system that actually understands the interconnectedness of all that data. By rebuilding Siri on Gemini's foundation, Apple is basically using the large language model as a universal interface.
Oh, okay.
Instead of relying on, app developers to manually wire their software together, the AI relies on optical character recognition and deep system integration to literally see.
Like visually see the screen.
Yeah, it sees and interprets the state of your entire device ecosystem. It knows what text is active on your laptop screen. It understands the contextual history of the text message you just sent on your phone,
And it ties it all together.
right into one cohesive, unbroken context.
And clearly, to maintain that kind of continuous real-time awareness, the underlying models have to be remarkably sophisticated.
Oh, beyond anything we've seen.
Because the notes highlight a surge of new foundation models just this month, like Microsoft's in-house MAI family and Anthropic's Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5.
Yeah, massive releases.
And these aren't just getting better at writing emails. They are hitting PhD-level benchmarks in competitive math, science, software engineering. I guess my question is, why does my calendar assistant need to be able to solve, PhD-level physics or math?
That's a great question. It's because spatial reasoning, logic sequencing, multi-step planning,
Yeah.
they are, at their core, complex mathematical problems.
Oh, interesting.
If an AI can't reason through a multivariable logic puzzle in an isolated benchmark, it is going to fail miserably when it tries to sequence a complex calendar negotiation between 5 really busy executives.
That actually makes perfect sense. The math proves the reasoning.
Exactly. The math benchmarks prove that the model has developed robust logical reasoning.
Right. And if software context is fundamentally about navigating a multivariable environment behind a screen, the next logical leap is asking it to navigate the physics of gravity and space in the real world.
Yes.
Because that exact same agentic capability, the reasoning engine powering Scout and Siri,
Right.
it's now being poured into physical machines.
Precisely. We are witnessing the evolution from a digital assistant that organizes a spreadsheet to a physical machine navigating a warehouse.
Which is